Hello guys and girls and my non-binary pals. I miss saying this. Well anyways, today I asked you guys if we should do the history of Nehema's controversies, and it was pretty much one-sided with 97% of you guys saying yes. And I also asked any of you what the most controversial things Nehema did, and a lot of you gave me great suggestions of what should I cover. And someone also suggests I check out her wiki page, so thanks so much for suggesting me that. So this won't be in any random order, but I will start with the most recent controversies she did and work my way up, so please enjoy this video, and without further ado let's get started. Okay, so there will be some trigger warnings of death, racism, sexism, NSFW, etc. If you are not comfortable with it, don't watch this. Whitewashing and blackwashing. On the 11th of March, 2022, Nehema uploaded a video saying when people whitewashed an ok they get called a racist. However, when they blackwash an ok the viewers seem fine with it and get praise. Now first off, blackwashing and whitewashing are both equally bad. You wouldn't get praise if you blackwashed an ok because that is still racist. Second of all, blackwashing could potentially take away the representation the original character had and tried fixing it. There were countless cases when people blackwashed characters. So while yes, whitewashing is bad, but blackwashing also is and doesn't deserve to get praised. But sadly this wasn't the only time they did this, as 3 months later they did again. On the thumbnail, you had a blackwash character in their thumbnail, but when you look at the actual video the character was not like the character in the thumbnail. So this also proves that Nehema never learned her lesson about what she did previously, and this does show stereotyping Chinese people and mocking Chinese beauty standards. I don't see a lot of people talking about this, so congratulations, you get to see me talking about it. So a couple of days ago Nehema made a video that shows a little girl singing in front of an audience and getting high praise, but backstage, you see a little girl singing the lines being called ugly. Now obviously there are many wrong things with this. First off, the event that happened took place in 2009. So Nehema was a year off from the event that happened. Just want to give a fact right there. But you making China look bad for the beauty standards they put in place. The second video had put the wrong song of the video. She should have used the song The March of the Volunteers, which is the actual national anthem. And finally, I found the definition of ugly, which is unpleasant or repulsive, especially in appearance. You making people argue in the comments about which of the children is beautiful and which is ugly, but in reality, both of the girls looked beautiful the way they are. You should never judge a book by its cover. Next, there was also the time when Nehema had the woman wearing a hanfu with the colors red and yellow. But in the original video, you see the woman wearing modern clothes. This was stereotypical, as Nehema had seen what the woman was wearing but decided to stereotype her. So it seems that Nehema is also racist toward Chinese people. That was disrespectful of what Nehema did, and this was super racist. The Betty Boop controversy. This also doesn't get talked about very much, trust me, and this doesn't make any sense at all. So in the video, you see people arguing if Betty Boop is white or black. So, Nehema decided to solve this problem by giving Betty Boop vitiligo. Hey, what were you thinking when doing this? I had never seen the original character have vitiligo. This is disrespecting to people that had the disease, and this doesn't make any sense to do what you just did. Please think better of yourself. The how old my boyfriend needs to be trend. Nehema uploads a video where her lover should be 20 years old or over. First off, I thought dating in Muslim was haram and you are not allowed to do that. Second of all, this is also direct pedophilia since your lover is 20 and you're 16. So, don't come up with this excuse saying age is just a number, because jail is also a place. So this is a pretty weird thing I had to cover, and let's move on, shall we? I think we shall. The thumbnails. Then we also got to talk about these thumbnails. They are pretty sensitive. First of all, you add gacha heat to your thumbnails like the video. When fishes eat sand, the thumbnail shows a fish blushing while they are drooling, and they are even on their hands as knees. But I thought fish could swim. Well, not according to Nehema. What about this other thumbnail when you see a girl taking a photo while you see another ok looking at their chest and feeling aroused? So does Nehema support gacha heat or something disgusting? Then we also have the gore thumbnails which she never gives a TW for them or doesn't even censor it. And finally, there was a clickbait thumbnail where they triggered people but used abuse as clickbait to gain views. A true way to not only make controversy but also anger people for your bad clickbait thumbnails. Threatening other gacha tubers and copying them without the credit. Nehema is always the person who likes to copy people and doesn't give the original credit to people. I will give an example. Recently on the 1st of September, 2022, Nehema made a video titled, "When a Brat Calls Lucy by Her Name." She copies the character Nurse Lucy from a gacha tuber called Cookies Wonderland. But not only did she copy Cookies Wonderland, but they also copied the whole concept of the video. And when looking at the description of that video, they never gave the credits. Another example could be when Nehema copied Wise Fox's ok of Technoblade to disrespect his death. Something that I'm foreshadowing and will cover later in the video. Oh yeah, and she never gave the credit. So here is Nehema's ok of Technoblade. And now here is Wise Fox's ok of Technoblade. You see it looks exactly similar and again she never gave credit. But when she thinks people are copying her she would go too far and start to threaten people. Like she starts to threaten the gacha tuber by the name of Yoshiko that she had now deleted the video they made when Nehema called them out for copying. But I do have the comment that I found from a video on YouTube. I'll give the link in the description. Honestly, that was pretty immature of her to do that for no reason. She always thinks she is the owner of every meme that was made in the gacha community, but in reality, she's not. I mean, come on, you did it on your main and your alt account. That was mean and she shouldn't be doing this. Sexism. This is also a topic that I see not a lot of people talk about, but here we are. Back in November 2021, Nehema made a video of what she would be like if she was a boy. After 10 seconds of the video, you see the bloopers of Nehema's genderband searching stuff on Google to see what boys do, and let's say the results were stereotypical. For example, boys take a shower once a month. Another example portrays boys are stupider than Jupiter. And then Nehema said it's not best to be a boy. First off, their excuse for saying this is a joke and Google has a little brother, by the way. What a terrible excuse to say when your video portrays is just too sexist. All the things you say in the video, I doubt that is not true, and what you made was pretty offensive. I don't get why people never talked about Nehema being sexist in a video. And honestly, this might be one of Nehema's worst videos ever. Subbots and the when two people enter and one can leave trend. Now the two people enter and one can leave trend is the most controversial trend in the gacha community, and I think we can all agree that. But this video went too far. In the clickbait thumbnail, you see Nehema angry and pulling a chain trying to suffocate an ok, having 900k people subscribe to them. First off, again, there are no TWs at all in this video which could trigger people. Second of all, this is a sign that Nehema is being ungrateful in the video, as 100k subscribers are not enough for her. Hey look, many people would have dreamed to have 100k subscribers one day, but you acting like this is nothing. And also you cheated your way to 900k. You use subbots, which reminds me. You said in your 800k post that you have proof that you talked to a Google agent about this. Let me clear out the way to say that you are supposed to talk to a YouTube agent, not a wrong Google one. And also Lockhart made a video showing you used subbots, which I'll also give a link in the description to check out. Here is the before, and now here is after. See, you are still using subbots, but you can't just admit it. So stop lying, because at this point we know. Victim blaming. I never knew this until now. So back a few weeks ago, Nehema made a video called, "When People Trust My Copycat," where an impersonator pretended to be her and insulted and harassed an innocent gacha tuber. Then Nehema tries to expose this impersonator and calls the victim a dumbo, even though they didn't know that the impersonator wasn't Nehema. Then the victim, Indira, is bored, made a few videos on how Nehema wasn't the only victim and response to Nehema's response to the drama. In both videos, Indira is bored and explains how she was the victim of the situation and how the attacker tried to spam them by calling them slurs. And once they told Nehema about that, she ignored them until her friend pointed that out. After that happens, Nehema never gave any sympathy to the victim and just never cared. The victim also said that Nehema claims that she never showed proof when the victim did. She also attacked Flo for being obsessed with her channel. First off, I really would like to say that what Nehema did was messed up. You took the attacker's side and insulted the victim for not giving the proof that it happened, but the victim did and you choose to ignore it. It shows that you would never change, and we can now confirm that Nehema is a massive hypocrite. Also, that response video that Nehema made to the drama is overall bad and you made yourself look even terrible. And finally, we have the biggest controversy Nehema had ever been in. Disrespecting Technobald's death. Back in early July of 2022, she made a video making an OC of Technoblade that recently passed away during the time due to cancer. After they would do making the OC was glitching and then it was Technoblade himself saying he never died. Why a terrible way to get views and subscribers off of that. First off, you never honor his death, which is just rude and cruel. Second of all, unlike you, your boyfriend made a pretty good video and honor him rather than disrespecting him. Adding insult to injury. She just said Technoblade never died, you'll be a king forever. What a disrespectful way to say. She values her reputation more than caring about someone's death. This is outrageous coming from you, and you should be mature while making a video of someone dying. Rest in peace Technoblade, you'll be missed. And with that, I think I pretty much talked about most of the crazy topics that she did. There were others like she traced stereotyping more countries, and her responses, which I think I cover right at threatening other gachatubers. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sorry that this is super long, as Nehema is a very controversial person and someone needs to do a quick history lesson of what type of dumb and controversial stuff she did overall. I appreciate it if you liked and subscribed to my channel. Have a good day.